and take them all the puppies.
There's a couple old dogs on this set over here. Looking at you, Q, down there.
Not me.
I'll be a young puppy.
You guys, it's been a busy weekend. We got NASCAR racing, right? All Stars. Kelly's going to sing a song maybe a little bit. We'll talk about the Panthers and that potential ownership. Got game right around the corner.
WCCB's Got Game starts now on Charlotte's CW.
The All-Stars go fast on the track in Charlotte. Did NASCAR find a new format for more than just one race? The Panthers have a new owner lined up. All that's left is approval from the rest of the club members. And the Braves may be the biggest surprise in baseball, and they pulled off a Sunday miracle. Yes, it was. We welcome you into Got Game, the place to be in the QC for your Sunday night sports. Will Kennedy along with Zach Aldridge. Kelly Bardick is back and in blue. And the real QCB dressed in black.
All day.
He's like Johnny Cash.
There you go.
Kind of.
A young Jesus.
It's all racing.
I like that one better.
All the time around here. We gotta get everybody. Make sure you're all covered. All Stars, fast cars, NASCAR burning up the home track last night. Football's back, kinda. The Panthers are ready to roll out some OTAs and make it official with a new owner.
Yes.
We'll bring it all to you, but first here's our Got Game question of the week. Did you like NASCAR's format and aerodynamic package changes for the All-Star race? We're going to talk of that in a little bit. In a matter of days, though, the NFL owners should approve the sale of the Carolina Panthers to billionaire David Tepper. Tepper was the keynote speaker at graduation for his alma mater, Carnegie Mellon University, today. He told the grads about the journey from humble beginnings to buying an NFL franchise.
Knowing that he has a football background, he's been with the Pittsburgh Steelers as a minority owner. Now he's coming in and, step in as a full-time owner of our football team. I think that's going to make a world of difference versus having an owner that doesn't have any football experience. So it's going to be interesting.
It means a lot. We know kind of who's taking the reins, what to look forward to. We're all excited to meet him. I'm sure he's excited to meet us as well. And we just look forward to starting this new era.
So that was Fozzie and Thomas Davis talking about their new owner. Tepper spoke to that crowd today and said, he came from humble beginnings all the way up to spending, more than $2 billion to buy an NFL franchise.
When he couldn't even afford to buy a ticket to go to
No, couldn't get into the stadium. Now he will own the team when the NFL owners meet this week. It's in Atlanta. The 31 owners should vote on approving Tepper to buy the Panthers. He needs 24 owners to go his way to get that done, and the meetings start on Tuesday afternoon. I'll be there to cover it, and we'll talk all about it when that happens. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about what's next for the Panthers, though. I know they're excited to get the new owner in. Yeah. They got some work to do. We had the rookies around. Now it's time for OTAs, and Zach, those veterans, they're ready to get out there and cut it up a little.
It's time to mesh, time for everyone to kind of get on the same page and at least get ready for the season. That's what I'm ready for. Enough, of the off-season talk. Let's get out there. Let's get in some pads eventually, and let's see what we're going to look like going down towards in the future,
Yeah, I think, they've already been out there, the rookies, with some of the older players on the field together, but this is going to be the first time it's going to be the offensive players and all of the defensive players together. So I think it's going to be really good for the coaches just to kind of get a feel and just to see what they have, plus about 200 more players that are out there that'll make the roster, but just to kind of get a feel.
I know you were looking for a tryout, right, to get out there?
Put me in, coach.
In the mail. I think
Absolutely.
I lost in the mail.
No, it's like a meet and greet. You get the name tag, see who's on the team, you shake hands and everything. Absolutely. But I can't wait to see the Cam and DJ connection. That's what I'm most interested in checking out.
Kelly, you've caught up with DJ a couple times. I know that's a lot of fans are like you. They want to see those two together.
Yeah, this past weekend, DJ, he was out in Los Angeles, 39 of the league's top rookies, including the Panthers rookie receiver. Spent the weekend out there for the NFLPA's rookie premiere. The annual event included a photo shoot for what else? His very own Panini training card. Moore said seeing his own card was pretty cool, but he just can't wait to suit up for the season.
I look forward to playing with Cam a lot. He got a fun personality, but on the field, he's just a workaholic, so just ready to get out there on Sundays.
And we're ready to see him. Here's a look at his Panini trading card.
Is there any bubble gum with that?
I don't know.
It used to be the worst gum ever back in the day. Q knows what I'm talking about back in the day.
Horrible.
I know we're also looking to see, Ian Thomas, the tight ends, some of the defensive players they drafted, but also to kind of see where some of our veterans are, because some guys are going to have to step up that haven't.
Right now, it's basically do or die time. I think that's kind of how I view it as, all right, if you want a spot, you got some young guns coming for you right now. We drafted a lot of new defensive talent, so those guys who are already there, you need to play and show and earn your keep right now.
Kelly, anybody in particular you want to see? I'm going to see Shaq Thompson, his progression.
Shaq's going to be, I think, he knows he's going to have a bigger role right away coming in, even more than he expected to have with the Thomas Davis suspension. But I think Shaq's going to be fine. It's just going to be interesting to see everybody out there together.
Right. I was thinking about Shaq Thompson because,
he's kind of the guy.
Going in, you are the guy.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure to replace Thomas Davis for 4 days, and you're supposed to be the future of that position anyway, if Thomas last year or not. So,
4 games,
and we're ready to see some Norv Turner offense eventually, too. All right, it was a big night for NASCAR on the home track. Will it lead to some changes, though? But first season, first trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. The Las Vegas Golden Knights beat the Winnipeg Jets in 5, 2-1 today. They'll face the Tampa Washington winner in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Go Bolts.
Got game. We'll be right back.
Is that a brother?
It's the New Jack Swing. What's the something funky that you can cling? All you gotta do is come on and sing. Word for word, every.
Sing it, Kelly.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. For the second time, Kevin Harvick. A lot of unhappy drivers, though, at Charlotte Motor Speedway last night. Harvick, not one of them.
I mean, how could you be, though? Harvick, well, he is on fire. He won stage 1, then went on to take the whole thing, including that cold, hard cash, $1 million. The new All-Star race package was no problem for the number 14, which always seems to figure things out. Harvick did say things felt a little bit different, though.
It was different. It reminded me a lot of IROC racing back in the day. A lot of pushing and shoving, and you had to put yourself in a spot where you had a partner to help shoot you through the gaps and push you, and you had to pick and choose your moments. So it was definitely different. I like different though. Sometimes it's fun to see it.
It's always fun when you're
he's doing pretty well for an old dude, right, Kevin Harvick? I mean, he's the little guy in the oil commercials, a nice golf swing there.
Yeah.
Oh,
NASCAR
funny.
mixed in some format changes, some changes for those cars, the aerodynamic package, and the All-Star race. Reviews mainly positive, especially from the fans, but is this the kind of change NASCAR is going to need for more than just this weekend? Because it feels like they've been looking at certain tracks maybe to mix in some different stuff. Kelly, you've been watching it for a while
Yeah,
now.
it was an all-star race new package, but it really was a big new test package for the
tryouts,
rest of
right?
tryout to see. It just depends who you ask. I think fans liked it because you did see some passes and some racing. Like one person didn't jump out super far ahead. It was the restrictor plates. I mean, just think of like Daytona the pack racing. People love that. But this is just a lot slower. Hugh?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, Kevin Harvick haven't won it since 2007, but the last 4 years has been some different drivers. A different driver won the last 4 years. The only person that dominated was Jimmy Johnson. He's won it 3 times since like 06, but I don't have a problem with it.
Zach, you were out there. It's your first time around at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. What did you think of the All-Star race?
First time ever seeing the All-Star race as is. I mean, I'll admit I've never watched it before. I thought it was interesting enough. What I actually liked more than anything was the open. I like the final stage out there, getting to see, okay, who's going to be the last guy to make the field for the All-Star race.
It keeps you watching, right?
I was more interested in that than actual race. I mean, I won $1 million.
Kelly, Jimmy Johnson's been around this a long time. He's won a lot of money. He's won All-Star races. I mean, you talked a little bit with him.
Yeah, we asked him about the package, and obviously, like Kyle Busch, he hates it. He said, this is not what I signed up for racing, but Jimmy was a little more open to it. Take a listen.
There were a lot of competitive passes and a lot of passes throughout the field, especially for the lead. As a race car driver, I've always wanted to drive something with more power and go faster and faster. So I really want to do what's right for the sport. And if fans like this, I'll race anything. They can put us in go-karts out here and I'll race. I'll be happy with that.
It's hard because these drivers and these race teams work so hard to find that competitive edge, and it's hard when NASCAR comes out. We're gonna even out the playing field, but it's better for the fans.
Yeah, but it's like the NFL rules with the more flags they throw out. People say it's not tough football no more; it's flag football. So no guy's really gonna be happy with a sport and rule changes.
Rubbing is racing.
Right.
We hear that. There were some stars out there too. We got to show you several Panthers spotted in the race last night, including Devin Funchess, Christian McCaffrey. They were there. Austin Dillon, just after meeting this week with the Post Malone concert. You guys come out and watch us race.
A lot of guys out there.
Hey, you know what? Let's get all these sports organizations in Charlotte together.
It was neat.
Racing, not the only place right here. They're doing some stuff up in Indianapolis. 500 pole qualifying. Danica Patrick.
Hello.
Her final Indy 500 rolls out with a chance at the pole. She put together a 4-lap average, 228 miles an hour. A little bit better.
Speed.
That's only good enough to start 7th.
Aaron Rodgers out there.
Mr. Carpenter threw down an impressive run,
sure he was.
averaging 229.618 over his 4-lap qualifying attempt. Carpenter starts on the pole for next Sunday's running of the Indianapolis 500. The NBA future throwing really hard and when to unfollow your team. It's time to talk some smack, but first, we've got a chance.
What?
Kentucky Derby winner Justify took
Where is he?
Was Snoop Dogg at the Preakness? Oh, he wins the Preakness. He won the Derby. The Belmont is next for the Triple Crown. The final leg runs June 9th. Justify is the horse. Got Game makes the turn next.
Time again for some locker room smack talk with yours truly.
We don't hate the players or the game, right, Q?
Absolutely.
But we will deal you a little smack if you're tripping.
Right.
Q, let's do this thing.
Let's go.
Q, there's pro athletes out here acting like middle school girls.
Okay.
Pelicans big man Boogie Cousins unfollowed the team on Instagram after the season. Kind of like a bad breakup, maybe. When a fan asked why, Boogie responded, "'Cause I'm grown."
Wow.
Cam Newton unfollowed the Panthers after the NFL season, wiped out his Instagram. The Falcons' Julio Jones did the same thing in Atlanta. What's the deal here?
This is a total arrogant, pompous, and I do mean pompous move. These franchises pay these guys hundreds of millions of dollars, and these son of a bees have the audacity, the nerve, the gall to unfollow them. Hey, it's a lot of things you don't unfollow. QCP on Twitter, Zach Aldridge, Kelly Bardick, Will Kennedy. But the team that gives you $100 million deals, just imagine if the Slaves had unfollowed Harriet Tubman.
Wow.
You know what? Never mind.
Too much?
Too much. You better like all your team's posts if they're paying you that money. All right, get to know this name. Luka Doncic is the #2 prospect heading into the NBA draft. The 19-year-old added the EuroLeague title with Real Madrid to that ever-growing mantle place. Also includes the EuroLeague MVP, Final Four MVP awards over there. Is this kid the next hype or some real hope for an NBA team, Q?
Who? Luka, what's his name?
Doncic.
I've never heard of him. I've heard of Luke Skywalker, Uncle Luke, Luke and Bo Duke, Luke Bryan, WWE wrestler, Luke Gallows, Luke Perry, old school star Luke Wilson. I've even heard of Lukeville, Arizona, but this supposed savior of the NBA, Luka Doncic, I've never heard of him.
I had Luke Perry sideburns once.
You did?
On television, long time ago, back in the 90s. Do you know how fast you were going there, son? Cardinals reliever Jordan Hicks set new velocity records. He threw an inning and a third today. The 21-year-old threw the 5 hardest pitches of the season in the ninth. 2 of them at 105 miles an hour. Q. MLB wants more balls in play, but these pitchers are throwing some straight gas, son.
Wow, to throw 105 miles per hour twice in one inning is impressive. 105 miles per hour is an impressive number by itself anyway. 105 is the number of times Cardi B song is played daily on the radio. 105 is the number of diamonds that was in Meghan Markle's
Did you watch
tiara.
it?
Yeah, I watched it. And 105 is the number of times Rodney King was struck by the nightsticks of the LAPD.
No.
I'm the see me now.
What, too soon?
Like 80 years ago.
Too soon for that as well.
Were you even alive, Aldridge?
I don't know.
Oh, man. That's it.
Moving on. Well, the Knights are at home for 8 games starting tomorrow, and I heard this guy is going to be on the mound on Thursday, special guest.
They wanted me to throw out the first pitch,
Yeah.
but they heard I was coming with velo hitting like 110, so they said
Oh.
instead I'll just be a part of the pregame show. Make sure you tune in on Thursday. But first, the rubber match with the Clippers. Tyler Danish on the mound for Charlotte, but Yu Chang is changing things up. That is a 2-run homer. Clippers are up 2-0, and it would stay that way all the way to the top of the ninth. Knights looking for a comeback. Patrick Leonard says I can start that for us, an RBI single. But then after that, there was no more offense to be found for the Knights. They fall 2-1.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback.
Well, hey, how about the Braves? Rubber match of their series with the Marlins. They entered the 9th inning down 9-4, but it just started to quickly chip away. 9-7. Here, Kirk Suzuki hits a single to the left. It scores Nick Markakis in Atlanta down by just a run. 2 outs for Dansby Swanson. He hits a 2-run single into left. Talk about a rally hat. The Braves score 6 runs in the 9th inning.
I love it.
Don't you know
This is what reach up, people,
They've got
to
the
get
magic,
the win.
kids.
10-9, the Fire.
Quick
Final.
golf trip,
Look at
final
that.
round of the Byron Nelson out in Texas. They had some rain, some weather stuff. 5th hole, Mark Leishman. He started the day in the lead, and he pours in the eagle putt. You got to be quiet. He gets to 18 under. Young Aaron Weiss finished second here at the Wells Fargo. He had it going. Knocks down a birdie at 5, gets to 19 under. The 8th tee, Weiss. He's Aaron. Weiss.
Hey.
That is looking good. Stick it close, kid. He gets to 21 under. Weiss pulls away for the win, finishes at 23 under par for his first tour victory.
No Patrick Reed.
We're not done yet. Got game will be right back.
Okay.
People were killed in that tragedy.
Give me chills.
Shout out real quick to Connecticut School.
Connecticut School of Broadcasting graduates, Ashley Nicole Marshall. Congratulations.
That's our time. We'll see you next Sunday night. Rising starts at 4:30. Be good.